Hello world, this is JWP, Povray Beats, coming to you live from my home studio. Check out my website, jwpsite.com, for my social links, latest news and updates, and public offerings. My Twitch, JWP stream, YouTube, at JWPTube, Facebook, JWP Meta. If you'd like to help support what I do, check out my Patreon, JWP Patreon. That's with 2 P's. There's exclusive content there for making your own audio plugins and synth edits. Or my GoFundMe, JWP Fund, or my PayPal, jwpmas@gmail.com. So I'll be continuing along, redoing some of my older album art in an older sort of ray tracer called Povray, and the interface or the GUI sort of for it, Moray, as well as working in GIMP. So last I left off, I did some renders. Get this open. I'm not sure if this part of this series, layers, moving layers around, I discovered that it's actually my electron overlay that's making them not work. So got them to work. Let's see if I come over here, electrons where it starts, but I put about 100 pixels. Looks like I'm gonna have to reel it in a little more because I still can't get it over here. Electrons in the way, whereas if I'm over here, you can see I can drag and drop things. So there's 100 pixels there of room to drag images and stuff. Probably have to turn it up maybe 250, get it about halfway, because I will be like doing things deeper and deeper. That's really bothering me. All right, so this is pretty much where I left off. I do want to increase that cover, little square. Okay, so this isn't invisible, that's what it is. So that's pixel perfect, whereas these ones in front are not. As well, I don't believe this is high def, right? So I did some rendering, get those renders in for all the high def, high fidelity. Let's make some more room here. Flip these around. Just trying to figure out how the best way to arrange this stuff here. I guess that'll work. And then if I need more space for tool options, I can just pull it down, right? Or scroll. Oops. Whereas I want this kind of sort of always accessible. Alright, so bounds, lettering draft, trim. What's this trim? Don't know why that's there. That's just the background. So black background, lettering draft, bounds. So this bounds here. I guess I can move that up. If I turn that on, that's that. Header copy. That's that. Okay, so these are not cool. Actually, I can't remember if these are high def or not. I'm not sure if it'll tell me. Offset. GIMP's great. Perhaps I just don't know how to use it, but some things left to be desired. I mean, I know it's, 3000 by 3000, but is that the final render? It looks like it. So I'll leave that one alone, but I do believe this pattern one is not. And I did some rendering. I learned about Povray's, my audio. I didn't even test my audio. That's why I generally play a little bit of music at first. Also my output's off, so I'm gonna turn that on. Oop. It says that it doesn't have anything, but I have it pointed to speakers. Oh, because I'm looking at the wrong, yeah. It says it's off. Default audio is not assigned to any audio track and will be, okay, so that's what it is. It's not assigned to anything. So I'm going to assign that to the stream audio track, and then that'll likely allow it to run through. And change the Windows sound volume because it's always so annoying. Like 3 is good. It just has to alert me of something, right? It doesn't have to be blaring. I noticed on some of the playback of my streams that alert is just brutal. All sorts of things are just brutal. It's because there's a compressor there too. Yeah, the compressor's off, so it's just naturally how it runs. It just blares. Alright, so getting into the files, workflow, and I did some rendering. As I said, I found out it's about the sort of render queue, and yeah, I did some different scaling, but it doesn't really make much difference. So what I think I'm gonna have to do is do 6,000 by 6,000 to really see what the difference is, because for the most part they all kind of look the same. I could, dissect them, but really, where am I going to dissect them? Can I open them all in Paint? Because it's probably the best place, just so it loads fast. It's very responsive. Like I said, there's not a lot of difference. They're generally the same. This was just oversampling, right? So starting from 2x2, there's 2x2, and then I don't see 3x3. Here's 4x4, 5x5, and 6x6. So in contrast, I'll go the lowest one, 2x2, to 6x6. So it is cleaner. You can see less noise. There's a lot of noise in here. So we look at the 6x6, there's a lot of reduction of noise. Can I zoom like this? How do I zoom? What's this? Okay, so I'll just grab the top here, because I need to keep placement, right? So I'm just going to grab the top corner, zoom by 1, and then just scroll a couple times, get them to match up. So definitely less noise. 6x6. How high does it go? Because can I have like perfect, no noise? 9. And that was 6. So yeah, it can go pretty high. Plus there's adaptive and recursive. It's definitely less noise. The noise kind of almost looks better though, because it's stone, right? But it's really just static noise, like ray tracing noise. So there's nothing advantageous about it. It doesn't represent what the thingy is supposed to be. So I'm still just drafting. I'll set up some renders towards the end of this video or stream, and yeah. Okay, so I want the 3000 by 3000 here. I'll get that in and I'll see what kind of definition I got here, because I want this to be pixel perfect, but I don't want it to be buried back here. And that's kind of looks like what's happening. Even like the yellow and the red. Thinking like, I want it to still be there, but I want some bleed. So maybe it could sit on top of the yellow and the red, if possible. So I'll bring in the high def channel here, and then I'll get to deciding how does this look. Just like, ouch, right? Pixel perfect. Okay. This one, and then can I just insert it? Okay, cool. And then this is pixel perfect as well. Yes. Well, not exactly pixel perfect, because it is created with a render from pixel perfect stuff, so not specifically pixel perfect. However, I can grab from it. So I'm gonna grab by color here, I guess, and then grab. And as I mentioned before, the grays, right? The grays aren't supposed to be there. Those are supposed to be blacks. So I can pull all that here and get the bleed happening. So 1. Right. Okay, will you delete or no? Is it not? Does you need a transparent layer? No. What the problem is? Delete. Okay, grab a different color then. What is it doing? Is it because it's like loading or something? No, it's not loading anything. nothing behind it. Okay, so that's what it was. There was nothing behind it. Okay, so that's how it looks now. Looks awful. I thought I said unselect. Okay. Now I want to grab these grays. I want to turn them black. Or do I? Do I want to get rid of them completely? No, because they look like they are making connections here. They are completing connections, right? So, maybe I'll grab some more stuff. Get all these grays to black. I really want them to be black though. Like, what are they doing? Let's look at the original here. How much gray is there in here? It's like no gray, right? Like, I don't see any gray. Yeah, I don't see any gray. So let's make them black. Color, colorize, and to black. I do believe that worked, right? Okay, I missed a pixel here and there, but for the most part, it worked. So grab by color again. We'll grab these remainder grays here. See if there's any more. Ooh, trying to zoom here. Colorize. Black, black. I don't know why it doesn't remember its last color. Okay, just looking around for some more. Another one. No, I want select by color. Looking around for some more. I think that's the last one. Oh, we still got more. It's like shading though. There's still so many. Like, really? Alright, perhaps I should just leave it. It's just the last one. The reason it has no grays is because it's such low resolution, right? Okay, so what does this look like? Go tab, F11, J. Can zoom in a couple times here. Zoom in. Can't really see the grays, like from a distance. They do look really clean. Everything looks really clean compared to the other one. Alright. It's almost not consistent. Squares are generally the same size though. It's very dark, very aliased. So it's very clear, very light. I just don't want to chase down all these grays. So what I can do is maybe turn this up. It's up to about 30. Let's see if it'll grab these grays or what. No. At what point, I'm just going to use the tool here and just pull. 50. It looks like I'm grabbing other colors now too. Okay, so less, way less. Okay, so that's not doing me any justice. I think it's because it's the starting point here. So we'll start at 60. I'll just check that. And yeah, still missing some of the lighter grays. Select by lightness. Right. No, I didn't like that. Yeah, that didn't like that. I don't like that. Okay, so we'll go back to composites. Black color here. Clicking and holding, I can change the sort of threshold. Okay, so I'm starting to grab some of that red. Let's back off a bit. about 80, 85. Maybe 88. Probably crosses over past 88, yeah. So 88 looks like sort of the magic number here. Okay, so let's change this up to 88 and just dig from there. Alright, oh, it looks like I got a little one there. That's fine, just as long as it doesn't grab any of the colors or the inside blacks. Okay, so that looks generally okay. Colorize and we'll go black. Just because I want it darker. Alright, so that looks like it grabbed most everything. Can select none. That should be fine. Let's look at it. Oof. It's stanky now. That's a little stanky. So yeah, that's not going to be a thing. It's too stanky. Because it really darkens the edges and it doesn't really have much contrast. Like, it just looks fake. It just looks like it's dirty, ashy. Yuck. Not feeling it. So, it's fine, I guess. As is. Let's bring in the bounds here. It's very busy in the background. Okay, so I don't know how to get rid of these tabs. Like, it doesn't always work. Hide docs. Very busy. Be nice to have a 4K screen someday. And I can see exactly what's going on by turning off dot for dot and going 1 tab J tab 11 1 for 1. Yeah, I can't even see none of that, but that's the actual size, right? It's very small. Adobe Pro is very small. So the question is really too, what kind of backdrop is it going to have? On black, I guess, just to keep with this piece. Oh, there's also the smoke. I forgot about the smoke, so let's get into that. I did render out a smoke, I believe. High quality smoke as well. Tender. How big is this? Yes. Okay, so bring that in. This sits underneath everything, but above this and this. It's also the aspect ratio is wrong. Ow. Let's turn off bounds here. Yeah, the aspect ratio is wrong, I think, right? Yeah. It doesn't even fit inside the circle. Looks huge. I guess it is supposed to be huge. So the aspect ratio is wrong. That's no good. Here's the old one. 512. Just looking. I thought I had an alternate one. I guess I thought wrong. I really gotta clean this stuff up. Just making a mess in here. Okay, so that sucks. Do some rescaling, I guess. Not that. This. Go by like 50% or something. No, 25. No, like the other 25. There. Alright, is that close? Close. Okay, so I'll mess with this. Go layer to image size, and see what I can get out of it to make it look a little deeper, a little more visible. No, that's not what I want. Ugh, I don't like playing with levels like this. It's just not my favorite thing to do. Try output. It just disappears. And it just stops looking like smoke. I'm not sure it ever did start looking like smoke. So let's look at this render here, which is tender, right? I'm gonna rename that. Ooh, I don't want this. I want the Moray file here. I'm gonna call this smoke. Yeah, not like that though. Mess with this texture. Okay, so that should be rendered. It's still really light. So what am I looking for here? Like a darker gray, maybe? 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. And here go 0.3. Oops. This finish. Ambient diffuses though ambience high. Like there should be a transparency here. Specular shiny, diffuses dull, ambient. What exactly is ambient? Ambient light, maybe? Yeah, okay. Let's give it a render. How big? Let's turn this off. And I suppose it can be that big. Oops. Ray trace. The aspect ratio of the camera is weird too, so we'll fix that now. Yeah, 1, right? 1 by 1. Do that again. Okay. So since it's like that, don't need to see this or this. Maybe I can make the black completely transparent here. And sort of turn this off. Let's see. A little bit better, but I'm not getting any breaks. Like, there's no breaks. It's just a little bit of transparency. I want, like, seeing right through it, right? But even with full transparency, I'm not getting anything. So maybe the other way. Yeah, completely gone now, right? Okay, so let's turn this off. A little different, a little different. Sort of like that. think I have a winner. Yeah. Okay. So it's done. Let's bring that in. See how that looks. Smoke. It's really dark smoke. One on top. Oh, yeah, I gotta move it around over here. Okay, zooming out. Ugh. I'll balance it and see what I get out of it. It turned white. That's not what I wanted. I kind of wanted it to go the other direction. Levels, and then let's move things around here. Why doesn't that do anything now? Oh, there it is. Strange that that one doesn't change anything. Some white happening. Undo, go, what's it called? Curves here. Again, not my favorite thing either. It's annoying how this window doesn't really hold. Like if I pull over here, it snaps back to somewhere else. Okay, so that's sort of what I want us to kill the lights, right? We can use the highlight tool here. Highlights. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. Shadows. White points. Nothing. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to do something with the original here. Get a little more out of it. So these are 100%. Let's try like 80 and 50. Let's see what that looks like. It comes back, right? 0.9 then. Still. Okay, so 0.95. A little better. Let's pull in these. And 0.5, 0.5. Oops, that's fine. Try that. It's really light though. So no transparency for that. It's just really the pattern too. Like the UV mapping needs to be smaller or something. Let's say cube. Let's try plane. Plate? A plane? What am I looking at here? Okay, so it's lines, right? Torus. Okay, so it's the... I don't know what this stuff is in the background. Like, what is this background? So it's a checkered floor with a striped background, but what is this black stuff? Whatever. I'll try that out. And then if that doesn't work, I'll just look for a UV mapper. See if I can get it smaller. Sorta, I guess. That's not bad. But not bad's not good. It's still A lot of lightness here and there. Let's see if I can find the UV mapper, because I want it more condensed. Noise, here, here, here. Layers, absolute, color map, color position, pattern type. Doesn't have any settings. Noise modifier, turbulence, frequency, phase. Maybe octaves. How do I get it more refined? I mean, I could increase the size and camera, but that doesn't really help. It shouldn't be this hard. There should just be like a UV mapper. Right, where does that usually sit? I mean, I can increase the pattern. Mirror. Space evenly. I think that's really the only way is to increase the pattern, or just go with what's there. So I don't want to mess with anything too much. Font size. Okay, so I'm just going to have to do that. Save. And this will be the final. I mean, it's not 100% where I want it to be. However, it does look decent. Let's try it in application. Very dim. Compared to this one, it's just cooked. I mean, it's got a couple spots here and there. For the main part, it's really cooked, and that's kind of what I want here. Like, you can see right through it. I don't want that. So back to fiddling, and I gotta call it soon. So less time for fiddling here, and this should be off all the way. These, I'm not sure. Because then I get too much, right? It's like there's a transparency somewhere else that I'm not seeing. Pass through sort of thing. Much darker, but it's still a lot of pass through. So the alternative is to perhaps take away the alpha, because I want like 100% in some parts, and I'm not getting that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up everything, or turn off everything, all the transparency. I'll just zero everything out and see where this other transparency is coming from, because it's obviously still throwing transparency somewhere. That doesn't have anything to do with the texture itself. Looks like I lost it. Not sure how long it's going to take. Done. Okay, so let's bring it in. So there's still a little bit of transparency, even though transparency is off. And now it just looks like a turd floating around. So where is it coming from? Maybe diffuse? Obviously not here. Maybe the filter? Can I F1 this? Help? No? It's usually you can F1. Okay, help. Help. Material editor. more than that. So where is the transparency coming from? Finish, maybe? Let's see what happens when I turn ambient off here. Okay, so maybe that's where it's at. Maybe ambient, sort of like a pass-through. So 0.9, so we'll do that 5. What? Oh. What happened? Oh. Moray didn't like that. Stop playing with the ambient, it said. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to render the smoke out. However, I could start building the other ones. So I'll start with the header here. And I'm going to make a fresh sort of folder. I'll call this render testing. Let's turn this up. Turn this up so it's not a copy. I don't like how Windows does that sometimes. Okay, so render testing. Then we'll go here, and of course a different view. Okay, so 1 to 1 is the jitter, 0 jitter. I'm gonna go 6,000, right? Because I want to see what these other things do. So I'm going to start with messing with these. And they max out at 1, right? Oop. Yeah, they max out at 1. And I got about 5 minutes to set these up. So I'll go 0, 0, 5. So obviously I've seen 0 a bunch of times. I'll do it anyway. So 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Apply, okay. And then in order to do this, I have to save a whole bunch of files. So I'll save as render testing. Let me grab these file names first here. It's 2 by 2. Okay, so 2 by 2, 0, 0. I'm going to put the zeros in front, just the order that they're in. So this is 1 by 1. Non-recursive, right? 3,000, this is 6,000. Okay. And add path, yes, and then it'd be nice to do this so much faster if I could just edit things, but no. Okay, 2 by 2 here. Well, actually, just to save time, like out of 9, right? So 369, I'll do 3 sets. 369 because changing samples isn't really that big of a deal. 3 by 3. It's obviously just oversampling. Then 6 by 6. And a 9 by 9. And if I want like something between 6 and 9, I'll check them out. But obviously 9 is going to be the money. 9 by 9. Now start turning things up here. Jump back down to 1. I'm going to go threshold by 5, no jitter, apply, and save scene as. This is 1 by 1, and then threshold 0.5. I don't know if it'll let me do that point. I don't know how to say half a number without using point. I think it's the last one. It matters the last one, right? So it's not going to be like this is a file name. It's going to be that file name. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine. Then turn it up. Apply. Save scene as. This will be 3 by 3. Save, and I'm out of time already. I didn't even do anything. Apply. Save as dash 6 by 6, and options. It's 9 by 9. My computer's probably not going to be happy with me leaving it rendering, but that's fine. 9 by 9. Okay. See, it would be so much easier if I could just switch things. No, not that. Now I go 0, and that's 0.5. This is, I guess I could just start like that, work backwards. File, save as. This is 0 by 0, 0.5, 9 by 9. I don't even have time for ones either. Bugger. Ugh. So much to set up. Okay. So maybe I'll chop it in half then. So 9 and then 4, 4, 10, 4, 5. Ugh, I wasted time. Okay. Maybe just do all 9s? No, I'll go 4s. 5, 4, 8, 4 and 8s. Okay, so 4 by 5 here. So I gotta wipe a lot of this out. Actually, I gotta wipe all that out. Just drop everything. And this is 4 by 4. And there's also reclusive. Recursive. 8. 8 by 8. Okay, and then gotta go back here. Hey, fucker. This is 0.5. 8 by 8. Save scene as 0.5 now goes over here. Pi dash 0.0. Let's leave zeros. 0.0, yeah. It's 8 by 8. Okay. So many variations. It's not fun. 4, right? I'll save as, and there's still whole ones. 4 by 4. Okay, so what do I have here? I've got the first couple values done. 4 by 4. Okay, so should I redo it as recursive now? Or should I do whole numbers? I'll give it like a few more minutes. I'll do it as recursive now. What do I call it? RUC? Save as non, we'll call it RUC. And then switch. Well, actually, I gotta turn it up, right? Apply, save. 8 by 8. I think these reclusives are gonna take forever. I'm not sure because I've tried to render them before and like they just sit there. Okay, so what am I doing here? I have to switch these around, right? And by jitter, 0.5. Apply. It's 8 by 8. Get rid of the 5 here. It's a 0 now. This is a 5. 8 by 8. Under options. 4 by 4. Apply. File. Save scene as 4 by 4, right? Okay. Now I can start changing something else. Both, right? 0.0505. So this is kind of like half steps. I'm not sure if I really want to push the full steps. See what happens here because I do have, yeah, this is 4 by 4 reclusive. These are both 5s. The reclusives are probably going to take a while. I don't know if they're going to even finish. I'll put them last in the list, and then 8 by 8s. So likely focusing on other things. Okay, so what do I got here? 5 on this side. Reclusives. 5 on that side. Reclusives. Then non-reclusives. And what is this? 5 and 5. Reclusives 8 by 8, so 5 and 5 non-reclusive. Reclusive. Whatever. Save scene as non. Then 4 by 4. Exciting content, eh? Racing to create renders. Alright, so that's kind of the layout. I mean, I could start turning things up, and then it's everything again, except for everything is 1. Yeah, so that'll have to wait till next time, I suppose. So then I can go ahead and close that, and I go into Povray, and I gotta export them all. Can I just, it won't let me open them, right? All at once. Okay, so first one, what do you want? Yeah, whatever. Export, and then close. Next one, no, not that. Render, export, then close. Okay, I need you to stick to type here. I don't know which one's done. 4, 6 down, reclusive, non. What? Are they say, whatever, it's from the top again. I forgot to export. Export might have even been better then. Render, exports. Whoa. Okay, next. Yeah, this folder is gonna get thick. Exports. Render, exports. Could probably just use the keyboard because it's gonna shift around on me. Exports. It's easier for me to keep track by using the keyboard than it is for clicking with the mouse. Render, exports. Render, exports. Render, exports. Render, exports. Render, exports. Render, exports. Okay, so that's all done. Now, going to, was it render here, render queue or file queue, and then add file, render testing. Now what I want to do here is I want to use the INI, the ini initializer. I'm not sure exactly what that stands for. And I don't want to use the POV, because if I use the POVs, they will, I'm gonna, yeah, okay. If I use the POVs, it'll use the default settings in Povray, so it'll render just super tiny. If I use the inis, it has all those numbers that I was doing there. If I use the POVs, it'll use this setting. So, yeah, and then I want the reclusives last, because they're probably not even gonna finish. In fact, I might even move the 8s down. Okay, so can I move things around? I don't think so, eh? No. So what I can do is get rid of the 8s here, and then just put them in after. So it's 3, whatever. 3 reclusives. That's. So yeah, it's 3s, groups of 3s. Can you not mess with me? Yeah, okay. Then those will sit on the bottom. Why are they on the bottom? What is this? What happened there? No, bugger. Okay, so I'll do it again. For the reclusives, or reclusive, I don't know. So I'm just grabbing the 4s here, 4 by 4, recluse, 4 by 4, recluse, 4 by 4, not 8 by 8. 8 by 8. RUC. Okay. Then, I think it inserts it after, so let's put that there. I want the 8 by 8s. That. And that. Okay. Hopefully they said after. Thank you. Okay, so it'll go back and forth between these ones and then jump on those ones, and it is by 6,000, and there it goes. Okay. And that's going to take all day. So, I'm going to end the stream here, and y'all check out my website, jwpsite.com, for my social links, latest news and updates, and public offerings. If you check out my Twitch, JWP stream, YouTube at JWPTube, Facebook, JWP Meta. If you'd like to help support what I do, check out my Patreon, JWP Patreon. That's with 2 P's. There's exclusive content there for making your own audio plugins and synth edit, my GoFundMe, JWP Fund, or my PayPal, jwpmas@gmail.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, a like, comment, and or subscribe are appreciated. Thanks for watching. Until next time.